heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk. It's time for the big boys. I'm not talking about that fake WBC champion. We've got the legitimate heavyweight champion of the world,
right.
Wladimir Klitschko,
yes.
taking on one of his #1 contenders.
Yes.
Again, a legitimate threat in the 6'9" undefeated Tyson Fury. So many angles, so many stories, so many things to touch on. So let's kick it off, Ade. Tell us, Tyson Fury, Wladimir. Anticipation?
Oh, yes. I'll be honest with you, not as much as David Haye Wladimir. I don't get that same kind of buzz. David Haye Wladimir was front page news as well as back page news, you know what I mean? But that's because David Haye's such a... I don't know why David Haye just was that enigma.
That personality.
Yeah, everything. Tyson Fury is trying to do the same thing. He's trying to sell the fight, and he is selling the fight. Wladimir doesn't need to. So as much as Tyson Fury says, "Oh, Wladimir, you're boring, you're dumb," Vladimir's thinking, "Okay, I've been doing this for 20 years. I kind of know what I'm doing." You know what I mean? But it brings excitement. We always want to see an unbeaten person challenge a heavyweight champion. You don't want to see a guy that's lost a couple and made his way back. You want to see an unbeaten, fresh, young, hungry contender, and Tyson Fury is that. Like you said, 6'9". He's going to come in about 18 and a half stone. He's a big lump.
Oh, he's a massive man.
But, and I'll end it on this and then hand it over to you. Vladimir's seen all this before, by the way. This isn't new. If Tyson Fury thinks coming in a Batman costume is going to intimidate Wladimir, it doesn't work. He's had Shannon Briggs doing all sorts recently. If he thinks he's going to out-talk him, David Haye done that. If he thinks he's going to outsize them, Marius Vac, they're all big. Everyone's big. Tony Thompson, they're all 6'8", 6'9" guys. This doesn't intimidate Wladimir one bit. I think Wladimir is probably the calmest boxer, along with GGD. They have this kind of
cerebral assassin type.
Unbelievable. They laugh everything off.
Tyson Fury, to me, is doing all the right things in terms of. So he's saying stuff that could get into the mind of a professional champion, a seasoned champion. Tyson Fury said at the first press conference along the lines that, look, you're 38 years old, you're 39 years old. This is the age where champions get beat.
Very true.
I'm a young lion. This is not an old man sport. I'm trying to say, if you think you could box and jab with me, I'm gonna be all over you. You could be knocked out 3 times. I'm coming to knock you out. I ain't coming for pity pat. I'm not coming for points. I want to fight. I want to hurt you. I want you to try to hurt me so I can hurt you back more. When you're talking about fire and desire and that type of aggression, Fury brings that to the table. On the flip side of that, the last one that tried to rush Wladimir, Pulev, who was also an undefeated guy with 20 and something record, got put to sleep quickly in 5 rounds.
Gold medalist? No. Pulev. Okay.
No. Got put to sleep quickly.
Put to sleep early.
Got dropped in the first or the second?
First round. Got dropped.
And then got stopped in the 5th, I think it was.
Yes.
I tweeted earlier on today, and I said something along the lines. I think we're going to see the best of both of these fighters in this ring. And the reason why I said that, I think Wladimir is over his demons. He's come to being a champion since he's lost to his last fight to Lehman Brewster. He's been dropped a bunch of times by Samuel Peter.
Them weird cuffing punches.
He's been hit by big guys, he's been hit by strong guys, but he's kept his composure. Fury, to me, is unsung potential. We've seen him fight live, and I think TV doesn't give credit how big he is and how fast he moves.
The awkwardness of his movement as well. For a heavyweight, I can't think of someone that moves in that kind of weird, awkward style. Fury said something. Fury said in a press conference about the age. He mentioned you're a 38-year-old man, and this is when heavyweights. This is when not heavyweights. This is when boxers in general start to kind of. In fact, boxers really start to go at 30, 32.
So heavyweights peak a little.
Heavyweights peak a little later. The difference between Wladimir is Wladimir has not been beaten up of recent.
No.
He's not like, and I don't mean this disrespectful to any of the top heavyweights, the Muhammad Ali's, the Joe Frasers, those guys that when they're that age.
He doesn't have wear and tear.
He doesn't have any wear and tear. His wear and tear really comes from injuries. He's not like Vitali that goes to wall people and will open up. And Wladimir has played safe, and that's the reason his longevity has lasted that long.
I'll tell you something as well, I think hold Wladimir in good stead. Similar to Floyd Mayweather, he always stays in shape.
Always.
And in my
What did I say to you the other day about how lean he looks right now?
Exactly, about to mention that. Vladimir's body chemistry now, the way his body is, before he looked like a guy who used to work out in the gym.
Yeah.
He looks more like an athlete now. He's still muscular, still a massive man, but he looks more athletic, more relaxed. And that tells you about someone that understands their body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, look what Vladimir is doing, which is very smart. Vladimir does it for every sparring session now. Look who Vladimir always brings in for sparring sessions. Young, hungry, fast, I dare say African-American style kind of fighters. You see the people he brings in. He knows what he's doing. He's not bringing in brutes that can't move. He's not bringing in, and I mean this with no disrespect to the likes of Yusnov and Vac to sparring. He's bringing in before the likes of Joshua, Dylan White, Deontay Wilder's been in his sparring camp. All fast movers. And Malik Scott's been in there as well. Kevin Johnson. He knows what he's doing.
So Vladimir's strength right now is Jonathan Banks. And the reason why I say Jonathan Banks is his strength is because obviously we're talking about the old Krog style. Jonathan Banks was Emmanuel Stewart's right hand man. So being with Emmanuel Stewart for the years before he passed, Klitschko got that hard sparring and he knows what he expects. Jonathan Banks is going to recreate, can't emulate Emmanuel Stewart, of course, but he can recreate that environment.
That same training methods.
That's it, So Vladimir is always going to have tough sparring, always going to have brutal rules. Crunk Jim was known for having, if you think the wild card had rules, Crunk Jim had the real rules, and I'm trying to say. So that type of style, that hard sparring, is what Vladimir gets.
The thing for that makes me feel like this is I wouldn't say Vladimir's toughest fight of the recent years. I don't think it is. I'll be honest with you. I think we're going on Fury hype here. I really do believe we're going on Fury hype. You look at Fury's record. It's good, but this is levels to boxing. This is real deep levels. But one thing about Fury, and Ryan interviewed Fury for the first time about 2 years ago, and Ryan said it almost felt like steam coming off this man. The confidence about him.
His belief.
I've not seen someone live anyway. I mean, obviously, I guess GGG and Kovalev have that same kind of thing, but I've not seen someone live that genuinely believes he cannot lose.
After I interviewed him a few months after, and you said a similar thing. You can feel, seriously, you can feel someone's aura. You can feel their power and what they say. I don't know. And I don't know. No, you watch a film and you watch an emotional film and someone's got that, the actor's got that voice and you're like, shit, you felt that part, you felt that scene.
I'm telling you.
That's how Fury is. When he starts talking, you feel what he's saying.
I don't know if that comes from sort of the past background in terms of the family history, in terms of Irish bare knuckle fighters, whether you come from that fighting family. This isn't something that you do because as a sport. This is something you do because it's part of your history. And I don't know if it's got that, but there's something about him where, and maybe it comes from unbeaten fighting, but it's not necessarily being unbeaten. It's just he has genuine inner belief that if he lands, Klitschko's in trouble. Although I don't think Fury's a big puncher.
By the way. I don't think Fury's a big puncher either, but when you're that size, you could generate so much leverage and power, it's unbelievable.
But does he? He doesn't seem to plant his feet.
I think Tyson Fury, what we've been seeing is a work in progress. I think in different fights we've seen different levels and different games. We see when he's unmotivated and out of shape and he still can put in a good 12 rounds. We see when he's in shape and can fight. We see when he adapts and adjusted. When he fought Steve Cunningham was kind of giving it to him for the first 3-4 rounds. And they said, guess what, I'm the bigger man in here, I'm not sure what a big man can do. And he treated kind of like a small guy. The point I'm making is we've seen Fury do certain things and elements and adapting. Now he's got to put all those things together and actually fight a complete fight. And when I say complete fight, it's using his size, using his reach, using his power, using his ability, using his speed, using all of it. Because we've seen samples of it in all different environments, but now he's got to put together for his ultimate challenge.
Fury mentioned something about Vladimir's size, and he said, look, I'm a big man as well, which he is. Vladimir's fought big men. Fury hasn't.
Okay, the difference is, what I'll say is that the guys Fury's been fighting have been big men.
No, I mean incomparable to Ustinovs and the Vacs of the
That's
world.
what I'm trying to say. But because it's so big, he makes him look small. I mean, I don't think you'll ever see a 6'3" guy or 6'4" guy who weighs 220 and say, oh, he's a small dude.
In this heavyweight division, you do.
Exactly. So he's fought the right type of guys for him, but you don't get many guys. No, let me get it right. You don't get many guys that size that actually have the skills comparable. When you're talking about the guys that are, say, the 6'7", the 6'8", you mostly got 4 or 5.
You know what would have been a good fight? Which would help me judge this fight a bit more, and it got cancelled. Ustinov. Not that Ustinov has got any skills Vladimir has, but it's good to have seen him against a guy that is his size,
and is just as aggressive,
and can move a bit as well. We saw Ustinov spar in Chisora. Can bang, big time.
Super strong. Super strong. Let's move on to the fight, and I want to go to a particular point of this fight, which I think is very, very important. Fight night. Okay, no, let me go before fight night. Let's go to the weigh-in before the fight. There's somebody that's been trolling Wladimir Klitschko, coming to all of Vladimir's fights. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. If Shannon Briggs turns up and tries that crap, even though I like the crap, with Tyson Fury, we have a major problem. Remember when we came and called Leo Pie the Pie, and all the fights going, we have a serious problem.
You know, immediately, as you said that, I'm going to go home, check the bank balance. I'm in Germany.
Yeah.
I'm going Germany just for that. Forget the fight. If he does that with Tyson Fury, and there's Peter Fury, there's John Fury, there's Huey Fury, there's this big one, I don't know if it's his brother or cousin, it seems to be about that wide. And there's Tyson Fury. You think Tyson Fury is just going to, oh, Shannon, shut up?
Yeah, no, seriously.
And Shannon's not going to back down either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Security's going to have to be big.
So one, you got a problem there. That will wild up Fury.
Yeah.
That could take Fury out of his game.
Yes.
Or it could put him in his game. I think it's a key factor. Going to the biggest fight of your life, a heavyweight title, Fury needs to be on point.
Good point, my friend.
Yeah. So Fury needs to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Second point now, which is very important, which is also key point. Vladimir's chief second is going to have to go into Tyson Fury's locker room to watch the gloves being wrapped.
You know who that chief second is, don't you?
Yes, we know who the chief second is. The chief second is a 6'8", 250 pounds.
Top 10 heavyweight of all time in my eyes.
Yeah, and one of the toughest guys that don't give a damn.
If Tyson Fury thinks he can say anything to Vitaly and it's going to wind up Vitaly does that evil smile. Yeah.
And you're going to have a whole bunch of other big Fury family in there as well. These things, no joke, could make or break the fight.
Yeah. See, it helps a little bit now. Look, Vitaly's retired. Yeah. Remember before when Vitaly was fighting, it was weird because you're looking at Vitaly as the chief second, and he's thinking, "You beat up my younger brother, you have me to come." Yeah. That's intimidating. Now he's retired. He's been retired what, 2 and a bit years? Yeah, about two and a bit years. So it's a bit better. But you're right about the composure thing because every Fury weigh-in we've seen Fury loses it a bit, and he does need to just keep it. But then that's what he needs to pump himself up.
Obviously, don't want to rehash it, but I'm saying we're looking at from when everything gets pressurized. Fight week, you got the Shannon Briggs problem. You got the Klitschko chief second problem in the corner room, and then you got Klitschko in the ring and the Fury's in the ring. I'm just saying it's one of those situations whereas the promoters and the whole show needs to be kept really tight because you got the type of elements that make things explode.
And I guarantee you, Povetkin's there ringside, David Hay, we know the potentials that are normally around.
Let's go with the prediction.
My prediction is simple. I'm going Wladimir Klitschko.
Yeah.
I can't not. And look, it's not that I don't believe in Tyson Fury, because I think Tyson Fury is a fantastic fighter. I really do. I think he's that good. But, and I'll say this again, I can't go against someone whose last 5 or 6 opponents have been Povetkin dismantled. Let's be honest, it was a 12-round beating. Lepai, whatever, knockout. Pulev is the one that still goes around in my head. And Brian Jennings. That's hard for me to kind of say, man, this guy's going to lose. I can't say, look, it's going to be a good fight.
Even though we watched all the fights, look at Fury's last 5 opponents, they're not in the same class.
Nowhere near it. Let's be honest, Povetkin's probably a top 5 right now. Pulev, even though he lost, is a top 5 right now. Brian Jennings is scraping the kind of 5-6 mark right. These are guys he's beat. Even Brian Jennings was an okay match, but let's be honest, it was not. Brian Jennings didn't hurt him or land anything, it was just running around the ring. I can't go against that. I also can't go against experience. This is what sometimes the big fights boil down to. Wladimir is 38, yes, but he's not a worn-torn 38. He's a 38 guy that's been in nearly 30 world title fights. Do you know what I mean? He's got 22 now consecutive defenses, I think it is.
No, I think it's accumulated.
Yeah, accumulated defenses. That ain't a joke. You've got your brother as there. You've got so much experience. And look at Fury, and I think, welcome to the big league.
Yeah,
welcome to the big league.
I want to touch on one point you said. He's got his brother there. I just want to bring this one quickly. I wouldn't be surprised, because I know the Klitschko don't really spar, if Vitaly is giving him tactical information in the ring, saying, look, Fury 6'9", I'm 6'8". Here's how you want to keep this angle at. And I'm trying to say, they don't spar at all. But when you're talking about, if you're going to fight Tyson Fury,
kind of tactical.
You want someone a little bit who's the same size as him, and saying, what I mean. And so you get my point.
You can't get a better comparable person. Obviously, you don't want Vitaly to hit you.
Yeah, but you get my point. That's the issue as well. All right then. I'm going for Wladimir as well. And similar to the points with you have, I think Tyson Fury is tremendously talented. I think for his size, he's got a lot. But I think technically he makes too many mistakes. Yeah, and also when he doesn't really fight long, that's to get into a tear up.
Yeah,
and that's a fight in that close to mid range and smother you. If he fights Wladimir in that smothering range, Vladimir's gonna hold him. Yeah, and Fury won't like him. Fury will try cuffing around the air and everything, but those cuffing around the ears are not really sure. They're more irritating shots, and the ref will stop you and say, you know, stop doing that or whatever. Yeah. When it comes to the actual boxing, Wladimir is the superior fighter. Yeah. Fury has the aggression and the will and the want to land the bigger shots. Yeah. But I have an honest feeling that when you see Wladimir open up, he is always quicker, he is always sharper. If Tyson Fury goes into a shootout, you have to go with a seasoned champ who is a cleaner puncher, who is the heavier puncher,
who is the stronger.
And that's the reason why, as I was saying, that Wladimir will stop Tyson Fury late. Yeah, I think Fury is smart enough to know you can't rush Wladimir, as we saw with the Puda fight. Yeah. So he'll try to lure him in and try to box him a little and try and lure him in and try to catch him. But once the points start adding up for Klitschko and he knows, you know, the window's getting closer to him, he's going to go for broke and try to land the big shots and try to rush through Klitschko, and Klitschko will catch him and stop him.
All right, look, there you go, guys. That's it. We done a video recently and it was for Dion, but this is the real, genuine, lineal heavyweight championship of the world fight. We've got Wladimir Klitschko, recognised by everyone as not just #1 in heavyweights, but probably #1 in pound for pound in the world, in our eyes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Against Tyson Fury, who most people have as #3 behind Deontay Wilder. I don't have him that high. I have Povetkin and Pulev that high, but I can understand why they were. I'm not going to argue.
Obviously, the losses and whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to argue with that ranking. I just think this is the 2-step up. I think we have a very good 25, 26-year-old who his biggest name is still Derek Chisora. Yeah, let's have it right.
Against a legit Hall of Famer.
Yeah, against a legit Hall of Famer whose biggest names are, well, we can make a list.
We can make a list.
And that's the problem here. So if it gets tough and you have to go through experience, if it's about strength, if it's about skill, to me, all those boxes tick with Wladimir.
Yeah. You know, if you look at, you don't have to like Wladimir, but if you're an objective boxing fan, you can look at his record, look who he's fought, look at longevity, and you can easily rank him within the top 15 of all time.
It's scary, isn't it? It's scary. Yeah. I don't have him that high, by the way.
I'm just saying that people can. You could look at his record and see what he's done and say, guess what? There's other guys that didn't do half of what they done, but still get rankings. Yeah.
But look, guys, loads of comments expected on this one. This is the fight that we've all been waiting for, really, for a very, very long time. Tyson Fury, Wladimir Klitschko. Who wins and why? Me and Ryan are both going for stoppages. Ryan, you're going kind of late, 10, 11?
Yeah, late.
Yeah, I'm kind of going that, possibly even earlier. Honestly, it could be that much of a shock. What do you think? Leave your comments below, subscribe, email, tweet, the usual. And thanks for watching another edition of Boxtalk. Cheers.